So here we go. Oh, excuse me. Listen, we usually have a music video, but who's this regal guy? Emmy award-winning Rob Gronkowski. Wow, Rob, congratulations. This is awesome.
Oh, thank you very much, Kay, but it really wasn't me. It was definitely the whole entire crew, the whole entire cast. I'm just kind of an add-on over the last year. Yes, I'm doing my part, but you got Howie, you got Stray, you got Kurt, you got Jimmy Johnson. I mean, those guys are great. You got Jay Glazer, the whole team that puts the production on. Those are the guys that created the show, that start the show. They're the hosts of the show, and it's just cool to be a part of it, you know, a little piece of it.
Gronk, did Brad Zager, Bill Britt, they let you hold the trophy? Did they not see what you did with your 4th Lombardi trophy?
Well, we each got an individual trophy, so that was my personal trophy. So right when they handed it to me, they were expecting me to spike it or dent it or do something. But I actually never had an Emmy before. It was a little cool moment. It was a little surprise as well. They just right after the show ended, directly after the pregame show ended, they just surprised me. They had all the cameras going, and I was not expecting that to get an Emmy. So it was a really cool moment, but the trophy is safe and it's secure and it's on the way. It's getting shipped right now to my house.
The trophies keep coming, and I understand you'll be with Fox tomorrow on Thanksgiving, which will be incredible. I always feel like Fox rolls out the red carpet they don't stop. Like it's very celebratory. It's very Thanksgiving. It's very fun. So good luck on that. We'll all be watching. And of course, happy Thanksgiving to you and yours. Now, before the show at like 7:30 in the morning, like half an hour ago, I Googled, or actually put it into the Twitter search bar, Gronk plus turkey. Because I thought maybe you like ate the turkey leg like Tom Brady did that one year. I think it was like 2014. And here's what came out. The results were pretty incredible. And here's what came up. It was you actually on your Emmy award-winning station, Fox. Can you talk, listen, people don't even like double dipping chips. And here you are just letting everybody eat a turkey leg. And then I believe you put it back in your mouth, Rob. Do the play-by-play here.
Yes, now I see why I won an Emmy award. Okay, with that type of performance right there, handing out a turkey leg to everyone on the big noon kickoff show. It translated to the pregame show for the NFL. But the college kids, they go absolutely ham. It was one of the best parties I've ever been to. It started at 8 a.m. The Colorado kids, I swear they did not go to bed. They rolled the night right into the morning and just kept it going with the energy. The game wasn't even until nighttime. But I took a bite of the turkey leg, and then all the kids all started screaming at me, I want a bite, I want a bite. And then I just started handing it out like, Oprah, you get a bite, you get a bite, you get a bite, you get a bite. And then eventually I had to take the final bite as well.
I don't know if they go ham. They definitely go cold turkey leg out there at Colorado where you were. What's like the best Thanksgiving food in your opinion? What's the Will Ferrell of Thanksgiving foods?
Yes, I would definitely say obviously a good turkey that is moist, a moist turkey. You got some gravy. You got to have stuffing, that's for sure. You got to have some corn, but like corn with a lot of butter, like or like some cream corn. You can't just have the plain corn. I mean, that's not really that tasty. Green bean casserole, and then that red stuff, the whatever it's called again.
Cranberry sauce?
Yeah, the cranberry sauce.
I said pick one food.
Oh, one food. I thought you said describe the whole plate. All right, I'm gonna go with stuffing. Stuffing it is.
Stuffing. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. I think Diane's gonna bring out that green spoon at Thanksgiving because you did not say chicken souffle.
Well, chicken souffle really isn't a Thanksgiving meal. She's actually never made it for Thanksgiving. It's definitely my mom's special. It's definitely my favorite. And the green spoon is going to get whipped out no matter what. Whenever my mom can hit me with that green spoon, she definitely will. And that's where I got my toughness from. So thank you, Mom.
Gronk, we do a segment on the show. You've been part of it, actually, called K Caught Ya, where we catch people doing incredible things. And everyone wants to talk about Gronk feeding turkey legs to people and Gronk this and Gronk with the Emmy and whatever. We caught you. You yesterday, as you do really every Thanksgiving, and you have such a close relationship with the Boston Children's Hospital, I believe. You spent your day yesterday with kids. What was that like? And there's Camille, of course, who you met on Thanksgiving years ago.
Yes, my girlfriend and I, Camille, we went there. I actually gave her my number exactly 10 years ago when we were both participating for the Patriots Foundation when we were handing out turkeys to everyone at the Goodwill in Boston. So it was 10 years ago yesterday. So we went to the Children's Hospital to celebrate it. And it's definitely a moving situation. It's an inspiring situation to see what these kids are going through and just how strong they are. I think about how many surgeries I went through, and these kids are going through way more than what I went through, and their attitude is just so positive still. They're so strong. They just keep fighting every single day. And that kid right there, his name is Jack, and it was a really special moment, that's for sure, because Jack just got out of his 5th heart transplant surgery or heart surgery that morning. And he was sedated a little bit, he was tired. And let me tell you, he had the energy, he had the positivity to get out of his chair still when I came in. He had the motivation still to get up and do the gritty for me. It was a special moment. The parents loved it. I loved it. It inspired me, inspired Camille. So, Jack, thank you for staying so strong and inspiring myself.
Sending lots of love to Jack, of course, and to you and your whole crew, because it's not, it's energy, it's time, it's money over the years, donations, and you've spent so much time there in that community, in that area, and really all over, Gronk. You're the absolute best. And that was, of course, in Boston, where you played, where you won 3 Super Bowls. So let's talk about Tom Brady in these comments. Let's just get right to it. I know you've seen it, but in case somebody out there hasn't, here's Tom with Stephen A. Smith talking about the softness of the league.
I look at a lot of players like Ray Lewis and Rodney Harrison and Ronnie Lott and guys that impacted the game in a certain way, and every hit they would have made would have been a penalty. You hear coaches complaining about their own player being tackled and not necessarily, why don't they talk to their player about how to protect himself? We used to work on the fundamentals of those things all the time. Now they're trying to be regulated all the time.
Pop off, GOAT.
I definitely got to agree. I would say the softness of the league is kind of getting changed by the rules of the game. I wouldn't say the players of the game. Those players that Tom also named, those are superstars. Those are legendary players. Ray Lewis, Rodney Harrison, Ronnie Lott. Those guys definitely changed the game. They changed the positions in the game. They changed the way the game is played. That's for sure. But that was under the rules and regulations back then. It has changed. It has changed how players think, how they're going to hit another player. You got to be aware how you're going to hit another defender as well. So the softness of the game, I would just say, has went down, because of the rules and regulations. That's for sure.
And it's really, I don't know if it's even softness he's talking about. He named really tough players there, but it's more about, he's almost saying it's like sloppy. He was coming after the product.
I would say, he's the only guy that can say that because he was just that consistent at putting a product out on the field every single day. And we're not just talking about the game product when he was playing in the game. Also, just the way he practiced, the way he went about himself in meetings, on the field, whenever he had to deal with football, he was going all out. The product that he presented every single time was A+. Tom Brady, I don't think, ever had a bad day out on the practice field or the game field. And if he did, he always corrected it. So I would just say, it's kind of very inconsistent. He wasn't inconsistent. To this day, the product is inconsistent. You have a team blowing another team out 50-10, and then the next week they get blown out. They win 6 games in a row, a very solid team that we all think is going to go undefeated like the 49ers, and all of a sudden they lose 3 games in a row to not so good teams either. So I would just say the consistency of the game, the product of the game going out there every single weekend isn't up to par on how it should be. It's kind of like it's kind of like always up and down. I would say that's where Tom is going with that.
But who is it on? Because Tom is saying it's coaching. So is he giving credit to Bill, which is kind of nice because Bill's under so much fire? Or is he dissing quarterbacks because he was the guy that stood for that consistency,
Tom's, I'm telling you, the only guy that can actually truly say this because he truly was consistent every single day. And no one's going to match him. I don't care. In the history of the NFL, it's kind of like impossible to match him. That's why it's hard for me to kind of argue this because only Tom can say that. I was inconsistent at times. I had up and downs. Obviously, I gave it my best every single time I hit the field, but I was never at Tom's level of just being that consistently good every single time you hit the field, or else I would already be in the Hall of Fame. They would have made an exception for me if I was at Tom's level every single time I would have put up I would have put up 100+ yards a game and 2 touchdowns a game that if I was on his level. But just overall, it's tough. I definitely though, Coach
Belichick. You kind of did.
I did a little bit, but Coach Belichick definitely did put us in the situation when we were playing for him to put the best product on the field every single time we hit the field. He would get us ready. He would get us prepared so we could go out there and be the best player we could be every single game and be in the best position also to be able to perform at our highest level. That's for sure.
So are these quarterbacks, and I'm talking about the three that are available up in New England, are they at their capacity? Are they putting out their best on the field? Belichick's prepping them and this is all they can do? Like, why isn't it working?
We talked about it a little bit before, but I just don't think the talent is up to par on the offensive side of the ball. The defense isn't struggling. They're doing well, but like I said, there just isn't really any playmakers. Who's the guy that's going to go get you the first down? It's 3rd and 8. And it's a jump ball, it's a 50-50 ball up in the air on a fade route. Who's the guy that's going to go up there and grab that ball and get that first down to keep the drive going? I'm not really sure. There's really no one that comes up to my mind, whose name that's going to be. I think Mac Jones is kind of playing to his potential, but I think if he truly had some guys around him that had a lot of skill that could get open every time, make that catch when it's well needed. There's been some serious drops. I think he would be playing at a much higher level.
Who should start? They got the Giants this week. There's obviously draft choices and all of that, but it's Mac Jones, it's Bailey Zappi, Will Grier. How should it shake out?
All right. Bailey Zappi, I don't think he's in the picture to start. I think he's had his chances, and he's just not up to par. I think Mac Jones is definitely a better player than Bailey Zappi, gives him the best chance to win the game, no matter what the situation is. And with this game being a winnable game, I think Mac Jones should start because you know what you're going to get out of Mac Jones. If it was a game where they're playing a very, very good team and there is really no chance for the Patriots to win, I think then you start Will Grier because he can possibly give you a spark, that little spark to get the offense going, to give you the chance to win versus that good team. Because Mac Jones has played plenty of games versus good teams, there isn't that spark for them to get over the hump. Will Grier may get them over that hump, but with Will Grier starting versus a team that you could possibly win versus, you don't really know what you're going to get out of him. So you're not sure if you can get that victory then with him starting. But with Mac Jones starting, you definitely have a chance versus the Giants. If that was a little confusing, Kay, I hope you kind of wrote along with what I was saying.
I did. It's like, take your pick. Listen, somebody once said, yeah, go ahead, please.
If it's a winnable game, so start Mac Jones. If it wasn't a winnable game, start Will Grier.
You're going to get a lot of hatred on Twitter from these guys, from the Jersey Shore people who think it's not a winnable game up against their guy, Tommy DeVito.
I mean, how can you say it's not a winnable game for the Patriots? I think it's a winnable game for the Giants and the Patriots. I mean, it's going to be a good game to watch. Coach Dable used to be under the New England system. I mean, he was my coach in New England for 3 years. So he wants to win this game. Coach Belichick wants to win this game. I think it's going to be a good battle. That's for sure.
All right, let's get to our parlay, my friend. Every week on the show, Rob and I team up. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but it's fun and it's all no sweat anyway, so you get your bets back in bonus bets. But we're feeling extra thankful for our fans, everybody who follows, everybody who rides along with us. So we're doing a 3-leg parlay. We're going to do one for each game tomorrow. Rob, you're first on the first leg of our 3-legged turkey.
Yes, I'm going to go first with the first leg, and I'm going to take the first game on Thanksgiving, the 12:30 game, Lions versus Packers, and I'm taking Amon-Ra St. Brown to have 50-plus yards.
I love it. I'm going to go CeeDee Lamb. I'm looking at what you said. You said Amon-Ra 50-plus. I'll match you. I'll go 50-plus receiving yards. The Commanders guys have given up the most yards to the wide receiver spot this season. He's averaging a career-high 101 yards per game this year. Lastly, let's keep the 50 thing going. So we have 2 legs, the first 2 games. The last game, San Francisco, Seattle. Steve Aoki, friend of yours, performing at this one. Let's go with Christian McCaffrey. And we want everybody to have a good time here. He's gone over 50 rushing yards every time that he's had Trent Williams, best player in the NFL, out there a full game this season. And he put up 100-plus in both games that he played against Seattle last year. I think he keeps it going. Christian McCaffrey, 50-plus rushing. CeeDee Lamb, 50-plus receiving, and Amon-Ra St. Brown. I just love saying it. I'd love to be in the booth. Amon-Ra St. Brown, touchdown, or 50 50-plus receiving yards. That's what we're putting in our three-legged parlay. That's the recap, guys. We're boosting it from minus 130 up to 135. So ride with us over at FanDuel, America's #1 sportsbook. More with Gronk on the show after this. We're going to talk a little more Thanksgiving. Let's talk about the Broncos, maybe your hometown Bills. What do we feel about them down the stretch? We'll be back right here on Up and Adams. Monday, Tuesday, Gronk Day. Gronk, let's take a look at the FanDuel Sportsbook odds for NFL MVP as they sit today. Eagles go into Kansas City. It's raining, whatever. They beat the Chiefs. Jalen Hurts, the MVP favorite. Mahomes slips down the board just a bit. Are you buying Jalen Hurts as the MVP fave right now?
Not exactly. I mean, he just is because he's on the best team in the NFL. He definitely should be up for consideration. I don't think he should be the favorite. I mean, it's not like he has unbelievable stats. He's doing what he needs to do to get the job done, but it's not like he's tossing 4 touchdowns, 300, 400 yards a game. He has a very, very solid team around him. I would say they're 9-1 because of a team game, not just because of Jalen Hurts playing quarterback. He's definitely leading them and doing a great job, but as MVP favorite, not really sure about that.
Yeah, is there anybody that's not here that you like? I heard a rumor you like Jared Goff.
Yes, I definitely do love Jared Goff. I think he's the dark horse, and I think he's a great value pick as well. I think his odds right now are plus 3,000. I mean, he's leading the way for the Lions currently. He's putting up some good numbers as well. But I truly think the MVP will determine, it will come down to over the next 6 games of the season. I feel like everyone's kind of on the same path right now. There's about 6 to 8 guys that have a chance of winning it, and it's all going to come down to the factor of who plays their best ball after the Thanksgiving week. So that's what will determine it. I think Jared Goff will definitely be in that picture as well, and I think he's the best value pick for sure.
All right, so guys, head over to FanDuel Sportsbook for that. I ask you this. You're dead on. Jalen Hurts is leading the pack, but it's not like outstanding. None of the quarterbacks have outstanding numbers. None of them are doing anything that blows me away. But CMC's blowing me away. Myles Garrett, the same, is tremendous. Why does it have to be a quarterback? Look at those odds. It's crazy to me.
Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, they just love to favorite quarterbacks, that's for sure. I definitely think a skill player should be in that picture as well. I mean, the top 6 quarterbacks are leading the way to be the MVP favorite, but I don't think any of them really even deserve to be in the MVP consideration. It's just that they're quarterbacks. It's not like anyone's blowing you away with their numbers. No one's throwing for 400-plus yards a game. Everyone's a little bit inconsistent, kind of like what Tom was saying. The product on the field isn't just up there as it used to be. It's just because the inconsistency is just there every single week. Someone has 4 touchdowns and they have 0 touchdowns the next week. They got someone, the quarterback that's going to win the MVP this year, or I think it possibly should be a skill player like McCaffrey. He shows up every single week. He scores a touchdown every week. He should be in consideration. Same with Myles Garrett. The guy's an absolute beast. The guy basically has sacks every single week. He's changing the way defensive ends play the game, jumping over lines as well, the block field goals. He's doing it all. They should be in consideration as well.
If you had to pick a non-quarterback to win MVP right now, who would you pick?
It would be Christian McCaffrey. I mean, the guy's just going out there and scoring a touchdown every week. He's leading the way for the San Francisco 49ers, who are in a great place right now, who are going to make the playoffs. And he had another touchdown last week. I mean, he's the main focal point on that offense.
Let's get your picks for some of these games, my friend. You're killing it, as always, on the Up and Adams show the day before Thanksgiving, where you'll be working on Fox. Your Cowboys have a Thanksgiving Day date against Sam Howell and the Commanders. Are you sticking with your pick? How does this one shake out?
Yeah, so definitely the Dallas Cowboys are going to easily handle the Washington Commanders. There's no doubt about that. The Cowboys have been just smoking. He's right there. The door's closed, so he's trying to get in. So right after this pick, I'm going to grab him real quick, and he's going to have the next pick with me. But the Cowboys are absolutely sweeping terrible teams. Yes, they had the hiccup versus the Arizona Cardinals, but I think they learned from that mistake. And also, I picked the Dallas Cowboys to win it all at the beginning of the year. I'm staying with my pick. I'm not going to switch over to the Philadelphia Eagles or the San Francisco 49ers. Yes, if the Cowboys were like 5-5 or had a losing record, then I would switch my pick. But I'm ride or die the whole way. I picked them. I'm sticking with my guns. They keep building every single week. They keep coming together as a team more and more. And tomorrow they're going to win pretty easily on Thanksgiving Day.
Go get Ralphie. They're playing at home. We went
right,
over
hold on
some home road splits.
Come in.
Okay.
Come on,
we went
buddy.
over some home road splits for the Cowboys in their offense, and they play very well at home. And this Washington defense is unbelievably forgiving. So generous. They're in the holiday spirit. They're doing it. And here's Ralphie, cutie pie, for our next pick. Niners at Seahawks, my friend. Let's do it. What do you got in this one? Listen. What do you? Who takes it quickly? Who you got?
Ralphie, who are you going with? Oh, he says he's going with the San Francisco 49ers because, he loves Trent Williams. He loves that he's such a big beast. He says Trent Williams reminds him as a French bulldog as well. He goes full speed every play. He doesn't give up. He takes over the defensive line and handles them with ease. So they got Trent Williams. They got Deebo Samuel back. They're firing on all cylinders. The San Francisco 49ers aren't going to be stopped. The Seahawks, they just came off a brutal loss versus the Los Angeles Rams. So, hey, Seahawks, you guys don't really have a chance. 49ers are taking this one.
Do you think the Niners go to the Super Bowl?
I just said the Dallas Cowboys was my pick, Kay.
Oh, sorry. You're right. Sorry.
So I'm still going to stick with the Cowboys, even though the Niners have a great chance.
Well said. I was too wrapped up in how cute Ralphie is. That's just what I was doing. Okay. Let's see. Okay, we should get your thoughts on Matt Canada getting moved. You sort of had the luxury of a lot of consistency as far as your coordinators and, of course, your head coach was concerned throughout your career. But, I mean, Mike Tomlin, by the way, they haven't made like an in-season coaching change since the 40s, since the 1940s. The Steelers as an organization, and never Mike Tomlin. They make this move. He's out as offensive coordinator. I mean, do you think that'll spark Pittsburgh?
Yes, I think it'll definitely spark Pittsburgh. It's definitely sparking their fans because I played high school ball there my last year in high school. So I know about the Pittsburgh mentality. Everyone loves the Steelers. The fans love the Steelers. And they've been waiting for Matt Canada to be fired for about the last 8 weeks. And it's the first firing, like you said, since 1941 in midseason for the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is mind-blowing. So this could be a spark, and this is going to determine a lot of things. This is going to determine Kenny Pickett's career not career, how he's going to play for the rest of the year, determine how good of a quarterback he really is. Was it really the scheme? Was it really the play calling that was screwing up Kenny Pickett? Or we're going to see now if it's Kenny Pickett's fault and if he could really hit a wide receiver down the field or across the middle. So it's on him now. We'll see now. That will determine it with the new play caller, with the new offensive coordinator that they're bringing in as well. And also on top of it, Matt Canada never had a 400-yard game in his career, and he's been given many chances to pull that off. That's pretty crazy. It's definitely a spark. We'll see what the Pittsburgh Steelers bring to the table now because they need that spark because they're in a good place. You know, they got the wins. They have good enough team to keep on going. They can make a big splash if they put it together on the offensive side of the ball now. And this spark could definitely put them there.
Are my Bengals toast?
Your Bengals are toast. They lost last week. And on top of it, they have a started backup quarterback now for the rest of the year. They're playing the same scheme that they did with Joe Burrow. I mean, Jake Browning could definitely pull it off. They still have Jamar Chase and all the other good guys on the offensive side of the ball, so they can do some damage. They can beat a team still whenever they need to, possibly whenever they need to. Not need to. They need to every week beat a team, but they can beat a good team at any given time still. The chances definitely go down without Burrow being there, but I still think the Bengals are toast. I don't think they're making the playoffs this year.
Okay, I'm going to go cry during the break.